Sunil back. He's a first-time home buyer. We interviewed him for his Hazy Fitness group last time. There was a lot of good response up and he wanted to buy a house.
I had a feeling like, how do I know I'm ready to buy a home?
See, if there is lot of supply and there is very little demand, then whoever is owning the asset will obviously have to reduce the price. If all the buyers are going to jump in, then there is lot of demand.
How do I know I'm ready to buy a home?
When you're investigating about whether it's the right time to buy or not, you always have pros and cons on both the sides. Especially in a transaction like real estate, wherein there is so many market factors that impact purchase of a house. You have the mortgage interest rates, which directly is impacted by the jobless numbers, right? Which is directly impacted by the inflation numbers. And then, in addition to that, you have a supply and demand issues for that local economy.
Right.
On top of it, you have lot of path of growth also. In the sense that some areas, they say Arizona is a growing area, but still there are some cities which are very stagnated. Right now, the interest rates are very high. Because the interest rates are very high, there is very few buyers who are even thinking about buying. So then that has directly impacted on the overall inventory, how much inventory of homes that you have. So that means you have more inventory of homes available for the buyers. Then there is a lot of supply and the demand is low. See, if there is a lot of supply and there is very little demand, then whoever is owning the asset will obviously have to reduce the price. So then you can negotiate the price. On the other side, let's say the interest rate drops by 1% next month. Let's say next week it drops by 1%.
Okay.
Then what happens? Immediately all the buyers who are on the fence are going to jump in. If all the buyers are going to jump in, then there is lot of demand at the same time. Well, the supply is similar because market determines the supply. Right now the inventory is there. There is a lot of inventory, few buyers. So it's a huge buyer advantage. We've been experiencing that.
Yeah.
We are able to negotiate a lot of prices.
Yeah, because the houses are sitting for more than 30, 60, sometimes even 90 days, and you have room for negotiation. So all you need is a willingness to keep looking.
But then on the other side, you're going to pay high interest rate. You're going to pay high interest rate. That's a given. That's the reason why there are not many buyers. To overcome that, there is a lot of programs because even lenders are thinking, there is all these buyers are disappeared. How am I going to make transactions, right? So they came up with all these buy down programs. The sellers are willing to sell. The buyers want to get a good deal. The banks want to make the transaction because banks created this product called mortgage, wherein they have to sell the mortgage, otherwise they are out of business. So they created these buy down programs wherein, for example, if the property is listed for 500,000, the market value of the property is 500,000.
Okay.
The seller listed it at 500,000. But with the economic factors, nobody's buying it. So that's why the buyer wants to buy it for 450. So the lender is looking for opportunity wherein the lender is saying, okay, is the seller willing to help buyer reduce their interest rate? And the seller is helping. Seller is saying, okay, I'm going to pay another 20,000 to the buyer so that the interest rate is down. Now the interest rate is around 5.5. So, but the buyer is only able to afford when the interest rate is around 4%. So that is the buyer's biggest objection right now. And the seller is willing to pay down the rate right now. But many buyers don't know. They are thinking, oh, I saw on CNBC, the interest rates are high, so I'll wait.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I mean, not just you. A lot of people who are not in the business are not aware of the buy down programs that the sellers are offering right now. So we made a video on this buy down program. If you go to our YouTube channel, just search for buy down with our name, you should see it, how the buy downs work.
So are these like big companies who are into buy down or individual sellers are also doing it?
Individual sellers.
Sellers offer the concession, so any lender will be able to use those concessions to bring the rate down for the buyer.
How it works, like it goes towards the down payment?
No,
Or
down payment is separate. The buyer needs to come up with the down payment, and that's it. So that's the minimum down payment you come up with. The seller pays the lender.
oh, it goes to the lender directly.
Correct. Yeah, as part of the closing cost, the seller contributes towards the buyer's closing cost.
Okay.
The buyers can take advantage of it. Back to your question, is this the right time to buy or not, right? So this is a question that we encounter in all the markets, even in the boom market, bust market, and market is very cyclical, up and down, right?
Yes.
So you have to look at this. If I buy this property, can I be comfortable with this mortgage payment for the next 2 years? Because in 2 years, market conditions change again, invariably. We've been seeing it again and again, wherein the interest rate might drop. Right now, it's at the peak. We know that interest rate is going to drop for the economy to keep going. So right now, you're buying it at 6. If your mortgage payment is 2,500 a month, if you're able to sustain it for 2 years, after 2 years, if the interest rates drop, then you can refinance it. Then your mortgage payment will be low. It will not be high.